So, what I have seen a number of people have difficulty with, including my clients who are working on starting their own businesses with um, their gifts, their intuitive gifts, is there is sometimes the difficulty with charging for the services. There's a number of different reasons why that's the case. One of the major reasons is thinking that something spiritual should be free, and I totally get where that comes from. And there isn't anything wrong with giving things for free. I certainly have done that. There are still times where I do that, and there's also times where I give some pretty big discounts depending on what the situation is. Now, the thing is, when there are times that you may be asked to do something for free. So let's say, for example, um, you do you're starting to do psychic readings, or let's say you're an energy healer, you do Reiki, or you're getting into oracle cards or doing tarot. There's a lot of times where you start off doing things for free because you're starting to get your feet wet, you're starting to hone in on your skills, and that is usually how things start, because you need to practice, you need to be able to build your confidence, and there's nothing wrong with that. But then once you begin to start charging, it can feel very uneasy because it's brand new, and sometimes you question how good your work is, and all of that. And that is all pretty normal. I went through that too when I started off just doing Reiki. Now, here's the thing though. If you are like myself, you've probably spent a lot of money, you probably spent a lot of time, energy, study, practice to be able to hone in on your skills. And I kind of compare that to when I went to nursing school. Even though I know it's not exactly the same, but I spent, years to get my degree. And even then, there's a lot of money, there's a lot of study, there was all of that. And I didn't come out getting a job as a nurse expecting to do it for free. Now, the thing is, a lot of people who have been doing any kind of spiritual work, intuitive work, it does take a decent amount of time to really, really feel like you know what you're doing. And but the thing is, if you've gotten certification, if you've taken classes, programs, all kinds of things, you've really invested in yourself, and therefore to charge should actually be the natural inclination. Now, what you start off with, is completely up to you, and that's something that you can discuss with your own mentor or coach. But the thing is, you're still spending your time and energy with a client. A lot of times, when you do spiritual work, a lot of people come to you with some pretty hefty issues and some really big life questions. And there's a lot that goes into the discussion and reading the energy or doing any other type of healing work. And so to me, it's the same thing. If whether you get a degree, whether you are honing your skills, just because it's not coming through a particular university or something like that, doesn't mean that the work that you put into it is any less significant or of less value. Okay, because when you do spiritual work, it's very transformative, and oftentimes the feedback that I get is that after sessions with me or coaching with me, it has made a very big difference in addition to whatever else that they're doing. So if this is you, do not underestimate what you bring to the table. Okay, that's the most important thing. And if you're not ready to charge for your services, then just continue to hone in on your skills and practice until you really feel like you can do it. I know that I was super nervous when I first started, but really shortly into it, I began to understand what it was as a result of the experiences that I had, and over the years in my own healing process, what I actually had to give to my clients, it became very apparent that coaching was going to be a big part of what I do. And so just understand this. If this is you, if you're starting out, don't be afraid to assign a monetary value that you feel is right for you as you're starting out. Okay, if you have any questions, feel free to message me, or if you have any other questions that you want answered in a short video, I'd be more than happy to do that for you. Hope that helps.